This is Kagbantama. Kagbantama. Kase Chiefdom, Potloko district. In front of us is a gentleman who is working here relentlessly on Ebola. He is going to tell us about himself, his role, and what's going on.
My name is Rechard Gborie. I'm attached to the Social Mobilization Department or unit in Potloko District as the Field Operation Officer, as well as Deputy Coordinator of Social Mobilization.
So how is it going?
It has not been a very easy one, but we thank God. Out of nothing, we have something. The Ebola started with nothing at hand, with no knowledge, no infrastructure, no even human resources. But today we can boast of a lot of laboratories, treatment centers for our district. We're very much happy about that. And we now have really the forces that need to fight against, that has the all its goals and all it takes to take the fight with Ebola.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean, we now have well-knowledge people about Ebola. They are well-trained and qualified in the surveillance sector. We have quite a good number of pillars. We have the social mobilization pillars, which involves both national and international, headed by the DHMT. We have the surveillance, both national and international, headed by the DHMT surveillance team as well. And key, we have the contact tracers. This contact tracing is headed by DHMT, owned, and supported by UNFPA and other gold and other international bodies.
Okay, that's a very good one. But everybody's blaming you people now in Potloko and Gambia. So what's your response?
To be candid, there's no room for blame for us. It's the geographical location where we find ourselves. Look at Freetown, it's not safe. Gambia is not safe. Conakry Guinea has porous entry point into Gambia, as well as to Lokomasama and Kaplun as well. People are moving on a daily basis, going to Guinea and coming back. And that makes us to be really very much fragile.
Well, that's why you are here. You surveillance them, you test them with your thermometer.
We do. With the porous, and to tell you, we have up to 70 sections out of the 55 sections that are actually sharing border with Gambia, Conakry. And some of these routes are through by sea route, which is very hard to be monitored. They can come into machines with boat, and later they enter into common canoes, which they can just paddle off to their numerous communities where they are. And we don't have that magic. We have the magic for areas where it is an identified entry point, where people are mounting, but they have these mushroom roads.
According to your headquarters in Potloko, they said that you have imposed some new bylaws. Is that true?
Yes, indeed, that has taken place. The district as a whole, all stakeholders of the district, the members of parliament, the parliament chiefs, all that it takes, all came together to see that yesterday they do say, well, we'll find you 500,000 euros. But you know, some families, they are rich. And when their parents offend the law or break the law, they can just come in and contribute 1,000 euros. And it's got up to 500,000 euros. This money is being paid and nobody takes action about that. And that is why we have been having pocket of circuit barrier, pocket of hiding or sick, pocket of people moving from one community to the next, hiding from contact lines, because we never noticed and we never experienced somebody running from a quarantine home as what the news that is going out. No, it's wrong. But we experience people running out of contact lines. Well, these contacts sometimes names are given, people's names are given in their absence. And when they are in Potloko or when they are in Freetown, they went to Freetown to do business or to do other activities, and they are informed that somebody died in your house, your name was written down as one of the contacts. Automatically, it stopped coming. They stay where they are, or they move to any other direction. And these are just the people who will be missing.
So what are the laws, the new laws?
These new laws are now, one, if you hide a sick person, until that person dies, or it is the surveillance comes to the know, or the community people prosecute you, that case is taken, you are going to be in prison for 6 months.
Wow.
No money issue. If you do a secret burial, all the family that are involved in this secret burial are going to be in prison for 6 months. No money affair. If you are involved in supporting a sick person to the traditional healer, and that traditional healer failed to call and make an alert and treat that person, we came to that no. You who takes that person to the traditional healer, you are going for 3 months imprisonment. The traditional healer after quarantine and the sick person after their quarantine period, if the sick person gets well, direct to prison for another 6 months. You, the traditional healer, after your 21 days of quarantine, nothing wrong to send you to in prison for another 6 months imprisonment.
What about if a politician flout the law?
My God, you are going to. This goes without saying. I don't want to call names here. I don't want to bring scenarios here. But it's all about the country. We know exactly what happened. And so many of them, like one guy, we've been out of Ebola. This district has not got Ebola for the past 32 days. The 31 day, the 32nd day, somebody moved from Kagbantama to Gborie district, takes his mother to Kagbantama. That has a spill over to Buya-Rumende, to BKM, and as far as to Mafoki. And
a sick mother?
Sick mother.
Okay, without telling me.
Without informing anybody, take the mother to Kagbantama without even taking the mother to the hospital, kept the mother at home, searched out for pepper doctors. They were pepper doctors.
So what did he do?
Died. And at now, after their quarantine period, a lot of their relatives died. After their quarantine period, he is at the prisons, having a 6 months of imprisonment.
Wow.
This, we have no joke about it. No joke. Even the Pasantiki, who is number 9A Water Street, a relative of that same man, he was an authority within the leadership of Kagbantama. But because he flouted the law, and in fact, he stopped people from taking his wife when he felt ill in a quarantine home. The wife stays there until he died. Fine. After his quarantine period, he has been taken to prison for 6 months, and after that, he's going to be charged for manslaughter.
Wow.
We have no joke.
Lastly, tell us about this ongoing workshop you witnessed.
I witnessed a very wonderful workshop today organized by Focus 1000. It's so interesting. And, you know, that tells us that we are improving. We are improving our skills, on our approaches. And this approach really, really shakes me and it gives me the zeal to take this fight. And also gives the zeal and have an open idea of each and every aspect. The denial, you look at the lost, those that have died, those that are still alive, and the vulnerabilities, the stage at which they are. And then the question that we have, what can we do? Who is to take care of this? Makes me to become at least, no, this session was so wonderful, and this training needs to continue, and I think it can be replicated everywhere, and others can copy from that.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Gborie.